Hey, I've got several things to talk about for this video. Some personal bad news and some other news that's also bad. But first, actually, I'll save the bad news to another video. But first, I want to talk about why did Jeff Bezos, back in August of last year, he decided to sell almost $3 billion worth of his stocks. And then, back in early February, before this coronavirus started becoming an epidemic, he sold $4 billion more within a week, implying that he knew the stocks were about to plummet. Guess what happens just a couple of weeks after he pulls $4 billion more than the $3 billion he already pulled out? So think about this. Jeff Bezos decides to pull over $6 billion of stock out, and then the coronavirus spreads. Now, you're not supposed to know those types of things. You're not supposed to know the market's about to take a plunge. But what does he do? He sells $6 billion of his stock shares. That is illegal. And Jeff Bezos has committed a crime. You're not supposed to know what happens before it happens. Similar to the Dick and Jane story, the guy ahead of the stock that the people of the company on Fun with Dick and Jane, which was starring Jim Carrey, the guy ahead of the stock, played by Alec Baldwin, he pulls out of the stock before he knows that it's going to plunge in the market, which was illegal. And then they get him back in the end. But it's based on a true story. Like the Globodyne stock that went down on this show, it was based on a true occurrence that took place, and that is an illegal act. Jeff Bezos pulled out of the stock before the coronavirus started becoming more of an epidemic or pandemic situation, which is an illegal action. You're not supposed to know what happens in the market before it happens. See, it says here, Jeff Bozo decided to sell, which I called him that before Trump ever did. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos sold $4 billion in stock, in Amazon stock, and no one knew why. On February 7th, he decided to sell $570 million in shares. Then he sold $4 billion worth of shares afterwards. That was just on Friday, February 7th. And then on the 11th, he sold the rest. Well, that much. Illegal. But yet he got by with it.